Hey everyone, my name is Jason Lenny and I'm the product manager for GitLab CI/CD. And today I'm going to be talking about the upcoming features for a continuous integration we're releasing in our 12.4 release. First up is protecting the GitLab CI YAML from changing by developers. What this feature is all about is using the code owners file to set a number of owners for the GitLab CI YAML. And then require their approval in order to make changes. This isn't necessarily a typical flow that you would want in every project, but in large projects with a lot of different users, it can be easy for somebody to make a mistake in the GitLab CI YAML and cause an issue that impacts the way production deployment works, so on. And also certain organizations have a actual team that's responsible for things like implementing the deployment and environment path and all of that. So what this feature will do is let you define that in GitLab and enforce that only those users are then able to update the GitLab CI YAML. Next up is going a little bit further on auto cancellation of unneeded pipeline jobs. So in the 12.3 release, we're introducing an interruptible keyword that can define whether a job is essentially cancelable if another pipeline starts. We'll be looking at improving that algorithm a little bit and figuring out a way to more aggressively cancel unneeded jobs and pipelines in general in order to make things more efficient. Excuse me, while ensuring also that everything that's needed is running and that we're not too aggressively canceling things to the point where it's hard to get a pipeline through. The next section here is two related changes. So for users of our GitHub integration who are using GitLab CI/CD with GitHub repositories, the static check names feature is something that we've discovered is pretty much always wanted to be on, and that's not the case today. So we're making a change to make that the default on behavior, and we're also adding an endpoint that can control that value. So if you have repositories that you need to update, it'll be easier to go back and update all of those in bulk via a simple script. Ability for admins of instances to override the artifact size per group. So we found that some users of pages or other large projects on self-managed instances need a little bit more space. We have a limit of 1 gig on GitLab.com, for example. But we don't let people control this at the moment. Now we're going to be adding an administrative option for users to set this to whatever value they prefer. So if you do have large projects and it's a normal part of doing your business, you'll be able to set that up on a per group basis in new policy. And then finally supporting, or sorry, not finally, but next up is supporting variable expansion in the branch property of bridge jobs. So bridge jobs are great and they let you trigger related pipelines, but they were missing some features, in particular variable expansion inside of the branch property itself, which meant that for users who needed to do that, as in the example here, you still had to start a job to run a curl command to trigger the thing that you want to trigger, which adds an extra short delay while the new runner is set up. So this will eliminate the need for that and make the bridge jobs a little bit easier to use. Giving the pipeline variables in the URL from the new page. This is just a little quality of life improvement that we're excited to deliver where, for example, you're going to be able to generate a query string, something like this, in order to provide variables in the URL directly. So if you have like bookmarks that trigger builds in certain ways, this will make it easier and more powerful to set those up. And now really finally, documenting how to set up manual jobs. So it's actually possible today to have a job that is a manual job that can only be run by somebody who's related to the protected environment that job is associated with. But it's really unintuitive on how to do that. It's a feature request we get pretty frequently to add the ability to protect manual jobs. So in this release, we're going to improve that documentation and make it more clear how you do this. And yeah, just make it a little bit easier to get this set up and use. So that's it for our 12.4 release, another one that we're excited to deliver. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My name is Jason Lenny again, and my email address is jason@gitlab.com, which you can actually see over here. Thanks very much, and can't wait to deliver these features. Bye-bye.